Do you believe in miracles? I don't know about you, but I certainly believe in miracles. I've had so many examples in my life that miracles are like possible. And it's interesting because in order to believe in miracles, it's really good to kind of define what miracles are. And this is just my definition of it, but I feel like a miracle happens when the impossible seems to like happen. In other words, if something seems impossible, then all of a sudden things come together, things like line up, and somehow it all works out and happens. And I have had so many experiences in my life of miracles working out and happening that I truly believe in them. Maybe not in the time frame that you thought, or maybe not in the way that you thought, but miracles do happen in ways that sometimes it's almost like, how? It's like if you believe in them happening and if you believe in them being true, then they're more likely to be true. So, sometimes, like I said, it's like and I'll give you some examples. When my husband and I were building our place, our shop, on paper, it literally seemed impossible financially, and just like even, the ways that it happened for it to become a reality. I mean, it just, especially with the prices today and everything, it just seemed completely impossible for it to happen. But we truly believed that it was going to happen. And there were so many things that lined up for us that made it a reality for us. And I believe when you actually believe in something that's going to happen, it may not happen in the time frame, like I said, that you believe it's going to happen, but it will happen. If you're determined and you're driven into something happening, it can become a reality. And with our shop, again, there were so many things that lined up. Like Rob got some amazing jobs building pole barns and barn dominiums that helped us. There were other, things that happened, like money that kind of came to us out of nowhere. Help that we got in ways that we didn't expect. And just, again, things lining up. It was just incredible how it worked out. And again, it didn't really work out in the way or in the time frame that we thought it was going to, but it did end up working out. And now we're in this like complete blissful place now with our pole barn. Honestly, there's so many more examples of miracles happening. And sometimes when you really want something, it's kind of like manifesting. This is how I've realized that things come to fruition, is if you really sit and think about, I want this, and I want it in this time frame, and I really need it. And if you're constantly thinking about it and constantly even praying about it, and you just want it so bad, but in the back of your mind, you're having some sort of feeling of lack. So when you're thinking about the lack of something that you don't have, the universe doesn't necessarily, or God doesn't necessarily cancel out the not having. It just keeps making the thing that you are focusing on happen. So when you're constantly focusing on, I don't have this, it doesn't say it doesn't like factor in the word I don't have this. It just factors in this. I don't know if that makes sense, but again, the universe will literally keep, making the thing that you're focusing on happen. So, again, that's how miracles kind of come in. So if you believe and if you truly want something, and this is how I've looked at manifesting as well. When you truly want something, if you put your energy into it and you truly believe that it's going to happen, and you pray about it and you put your energy into it, and then you let it go. You let God and the universe line it up for you. That is when the miracles come in. When you truly believe that it's gonna happen, and when you truly believe that that thing that you want or need or desire will come to fruition, if it's meant to be, that's just it too. Like, if it's something, maybe God has a bigger plan for you. Maybe it doesn't happen because there's something even more miraculous that's coming your way that is supposed to be in your life. So when you're sitting there focusing on it daily, on this is what I want, this is what I want, there's still a part of you that believes that you're lacking that. So what kind of miracles have you seen in your life that has happened? I'd love to hear, comment below on some of the miracles that you've seen in your life that have happened and that seemed impossible and that happened. And there's miracles that happen every day. Even, rainbows. When you see a rainbow, that's a miracle. That's an amazing thing. There's life being born every day. That's a miracle. Being like birthed into this world, the fact that you have, against all odds, become a human being, that is a miracle. That is something that is it's like a lottery. It's just so amazing that human beings are born. Anyway, I would love to hear what kind of miracles you've seen in your life. And, there's just being here is a miracle. Just, really look at your life and see all the miracles that you have around you, because there are some amazing things that we've experienced, and we tend to forget, because I think our society and how we're, how we've been raised and grown up and stuff, is a lot of times we focus on the negative. We focus on the things that we don't have, or that our society doesn't have, or our world doesn't have, or, and if you're constantly focusing on the things that you don't have, or that should be and they're not, that's where, miracles aren't necessarily going to become a reality, because you're focused on the not having. And I'm not just saying you, I'm saying our society. That's how we're, we've come to be. And it just seems like if everybody comes together, and if everybody starts believing in miracles and things becoming a reality, good things, amazing things, man, can you imagine what we as a human race can do together? It would just be incredible. I believe in miracles. Like, put in the comments down below if, some sort of a heart, or a rainbow, or a flower that tells you that you believe in miracles too. There's just so many amazing things that are still happening around us. And the more we focus on the good things that are happening and the impossible becoming reality, oh my gosh, if we all do that on a regular basis, just imagine what we're capable of. Wow, that would be a miracle. Anyway, wishing you an amazing day. Remember, you matter. You are incredible. And wow, let's believe in miracles together. Let's see what can happen in our future. And, believe in miracles for yourself. They're always happening. Have an amazing day. Thank you for watching. And subscribe if you haven't. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.